I'm gonna give you one of the biggest secrets to improve the distances on your throws, and we're gonna start right now. What's up everybody, it's Dave Miller from throwsuniversity.com, and if this is your first time to the channel and you want to become an explosive thrower, you want to be a more athletic thrower, you want to get a little bit stronger, have bigger bombs coming out of your hand, make sure you like, subscribe, and you ring that notification bell so we can help you become a champion. So throughout 2007 and 2008, I was fortunate enough to train with one of the greatest throws coaches to ever walk the planet. My training partner was the Olympic bronze medalist, Dylan Armstrong, who ended up throwing 22 plus with the shot. And why I was so fortunate to be a part of that training group in Canada and to be around the legacy of Dr. Anatoly Bunderchuk was because I had an innate ability, an innate knack to want to get better, to learn more about the sport of throwing, to get shocked, to throw further. I wanted to further my career, but most importantly, I was taking the approach as though Dr. B was teaching me my master's in sports performance, in throwing-based training. And one of the biggest aspects behind learning from an Olympic champion, behind training with an Olympic bronze medalist, was the secret of special strength. And so what is special strength? This is a term that gets thrown around quite frequently, but very few people actually define what special strength even is. Very few people even understand the full grasp of how Dr. B used special strength and what it even means. If we can start, the first key factor behind special strength training is that special strength is a movement that emulates the competitive movement. So if we can think about throwing a shot put with the glide technique, with the spin technique, something similar that we actually did with Dr. B was we would throw cinder blocks. We would do half turns with dumbbells. We would do half turns with heavy weighted discs. We would take heavy stands with a disc, heavy stands with a very, very heavy shot. We would throw barbells. We would do anything that would emulate the movement of the competitive shot. So if we were a spinner, we would do half turns with dumbbells. If we were a glider, we could do banded glides. Anything like this that's going to emulate exactly what that movement does. And the whole goal here is that the special strength movement is going to take the weight room strength that we're going to be developing and then unite that weight room strength to the circle, because now we're going to take the movement that replicates the competitive movement and start to unite that. And that brings up that second key factor. The second key factor behind special strength is all related to the rate of coordination. So there's some science out there that would show us how rate of coordination impacts that final result. So if we can take a shot put throw, for example, let's say that a shot throw is done at about 13 meters per second. A bench press, on the other hand, might only be done at 1 meter per second. A snatch maybe a little more than 2 meters per second. So there's a huge gap between that rate of coordination. The discus throw, the shot throw is going to be coordinated much faster. That twitch force is much more potent. The rate of coordination is extremely high. It's also extremely high in the bench press. It's also extremely high in the snatch, but it's not even close to where that coordination level needs to be when you're utilizing that 13 meter per second shot put throw. So now where special strength comes into play is we can take a heavy dumbbell, a 40-pound dumbbell, and do a half turn and release that at 10 meters per second. Now that 10 meters per second is going to be bridging that gap of that maximal strength training with the actual competitive movement. It's going to not only emulate the actual movement, but it's also going to emulate the speed of coordination, the speed of contraction. If we could take that dumbbell throw and now we utilize a band, let's pretend that we're doing a half turn with a band with a discus throw. Now that banded discus throw is also going to be about 10 to 15 meters per second, which is something that's very difficult to emulate and to mimic inside of the weight room. So that's where special strength has such an incredible performance impact, is now the speed of coordination and the movement are replicated at a little bit slower tempo. So you're getting a little bit more technical work, but you're also getting significantly stronger, and it's going to transfer tremendously well. And so if we can take a thrower who maybe doesn't have the best bench press, who maybe doesn't have the best snatch, but they perform half turns with a dumbbell or half turns with a band or South Africans with a dumbbell, whatever it might be, now that's going to lead to a tremendous impact on their actual throw. So I recommend utilizing special strength movements anywhere from 3 to 6 days a week. It's also something that you can utilize in your basement, in your backyard, wherever you might be, that you can't or you don't have access immediately to that circle. It's an incredible tool that you can utilize to bridge the gap between the weight room and the circle. If you want more information about throws-based training, click on this video right here. Until next time, guys, peace.